Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth episode of Sec Talk with Rohit Srivastwa. Let's see how the week was. Since last recording, I got a few bunch of interesting news across the globe. The first one is not information security, it's an operational security issue but caused due to cyber devices or connected devices. So, this fitness app company called as Strava, they released their heat map of the fitness bands people were wearing across the globe. And the interesting thing which came out was the army of different countries at different places, they were wearing such fitness bands and they were walking and doing their duty activities across their workspace, which created a very interesting heat map and identifying which areas the presence of army is there. So we looked at the from the Indian context, we looked at Siachen, the line of control at POK and all other places, and we find a very large number of heat maps around that area, which was pointing out to the presence of army and people wearing such kind of fitness band. So interestingly, when this fitness band came in, they had this option of opting out from such heat map, and the reason it was created was to give a heat map of the exercise you're doing or walking you're doing or calories you're burning, to an extent that you can use it for fun sharing and stuff. But technically, due to misuse or unaware use of the device and not configuring the operational security properly, a lot of such secrets were leaked out, and the whole globe around. There was a good set of maps in Europe, US, at the Pentagon, at the NSS building, at GCHQ, and a lot of other places. A very nice heat map is created. I'll put the link in the show note. Go ahead and check it out, and you'll realize how much important operational security or OPSEC is. And the second news is of cryptocurrency. I'm sure cryptocurrency is not going to leave us in our weekly updates. So, in one of the biggest ever hack or attack on a cryptocurrency exchange, which happened last week, and this happened while I was uploading my previous episode, so I could not cover it during that time. The Japanese cryptocurrency exchange by the name CoinCheck was attacked, and cryptocurrency worth $400 million was stolen. That brings to an interesting aspect that it's very easy for attackers nowadays not to focus on petty crimes and focus on the cryptocurrency directly and earn in a big way. The attack on CoinCheck is bigger than anything which has happened in past. I remember 2011 and 2014, Mt. Gox was hacked, and around total of $350 million worth of coins were stolen. Other attacks, if we look, there was Nice Hash, which was attacked in 2017 last year with around $80 million stolen, and before that was Bitfinex, where $72 million was stolen from the currency exchange. So this becomes the biggest ever in history, and I'm sure attackers have gained a big amount of profit out of this one. Next is the very fresh news which came out this morning itself. South Korean CERT has came out with a report that North Korea, they're trying to attribute it, and in this domain, attribution is very situational, circumstantial, and very difficult. But South Korea has attributed North Korea for this attack, wherein a 0 day of Adobe Flash is in the wild and is infecting people. The very first question is why people are still using Flash, but nonetheless, the attack was very successful, and they've been doing it since long. Where the recent versions of Adobe Flashes are infected, and the focus has to be maintained on patching. Adobe knew about this attack, they have fixed it, but somehow they're waiting for the patch Tuesday to release the patch. So basically, patch Tuesday is more important than the patching world and saving the world, but that's how things happen in this world. So the coming Tuesday, I think the patches would be out, and as soon as they're out, the advice is go ahead, update your Flash players if you're still using them. So if you're not using them, well and good, and if you have option of moving away from a Flash player, that's a good option, and I would suggest people to go for that. Next is again the cryptocurrency news. This time a cryptocurrency miner malware known as Mominru This has been active since April last year, and using a vulnerability which was exposed by the Equation Group, which was kept secret by NSA, which was used in WannaCry, which was used in NotPetya, if you remember the name Eternal Blue. So Eternal Blue is being used by this Monero mining malware, Smominru, and they have mined more than $3.5 million till date. And remember, Monero mining is more interesting than Bitcoin mining because it still uses regular commodity consumer grade equipments and devices to mine it, and it doesn't require high end hardware like Bitcoin to mine. So with that speed, they have been mining it, and when the whole analysis was done, Russia is the biggest hit, and the second biggest hit for Swominru malware is India. So be aware, make sure that you have checked that your PC is not infected for mining Monero for Swominru, and even if you have the capacity, you should do it for yourself rather than doing it for someone else. Next up, we have autosploit.py, a 400 line Python code which is becoming script kiddies favorite now. Nothing majorly unique here, but the interesting feature here is this autosploit is combining the power of Shodan, the search engine, and Metasploit, where all you have to do is search for a particular issue or a bug or a vulnerability, and it will go ahead, scan Shodan, get a list of IP address, and automatically attack them based on the parameters you have passed in Metasploit. Very easy, but I'm sure this cannot be used as a legitimate pen testing tool, because this is not gonna affect, or this is not gonna remain inside the network which you want to scan. It will simply get an answer from Shodan and go ahead do a wild attack. So even in the GitHub pull request, I have noticed that they have mentioned very clearly that mentioned clearly about the ethics behind this particular tool. So you should be very careful, but if you're really into the nasty stuff, you can actually try using this. Be very careful, these kind of attack do not pay for a long run, you may get caught. So be very safe there, but something of that sort has been active since morning, and I heard about it in the morning, and it's a really interesting one to see the way kiddies are getting easy tools to attack. So nowadays the skill required to do an attack is getting as low as possible, and the effect of the attack or potency of the attack is increasing in a big way. Let's get back to the cryptocurrency news. As I said, cryptocurrency is not going to leave us. Uh, so whenever a ransomware hits, they give a link of a Tor website or a Tor hidden site where you have to go to that website and pay the ransom and do stuff like that. So not many people are interested or accustomed with that. So there are Tor to web gateways or web to Tor gateways, so to say. So one of the popular web to Tor gateway called as web2tor.onion.tor. Basically, it's a place where you can go ahead on a clear net, type in your Tor address or onion link. It will go ahead, get you that page, but still you don't need to install Tor browser or Tor client and then connect using that. So a lot of people were using it, and in whole payment process of the ransomware, people you were using it. What this guys did is they changed the crypto address or the Bitcoin address or any cryptocurrency address, and made sure that the payment which was going to the attacker, so to say, is getting redirected to their account. Although they didn't made much money out of that, but this got flagged very recently, and they realized that the person who's actually paying the ransom is getting hit twice. Once he was hit by ransomware, he had to pay something, and he paid something, but it didn't reach the ransomware authors or the attacker, and they didn't release the key. So technically double hit to the same person. So when the crypto wallets of these accounts were checked, nothing much, but somewhere around $20,000 were collected here, and the problem is fixed now. But that's a nice way, right? Wherever the traffic is going, just change the Bitcoin address in between, and you'll start collecting the coins. That's all we have for today. Thanks for being here till now. We have interesting news coming up next week, and next week I'm traveling again, so maybe I will do the recording from outside. So let's see how it comes. Anything you want to know or any questions you have, please feel free to send me an email for that, or hit me up on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, wherever you want to or you are connected with me. Feel free to send me your questions and feedback. I've been receiving a lot of feedback for the videos. I'm really helpful and thankful to those people who are sending those helpful messages, and it's helping me make the videos even better. Hope to make it even better next time. Thanks a lot.